Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Rinko. Today, it's a little early. However, I'd like to announce the 2020 Pokémon card high price ranking. As you all probably know, since I've made a lot of videos and many people are tweeting about it, I'm sure you're all aware, but right now, Pokémon cards are in quite a bubble. So I was wondering what would happen if I made a ranking. I was personally really curious about it too, so I decided to make one. This time, I'd like to announce the top 20. Okay, so as for the basic rules, basically, these are things you can only get by winning a tournament, and there's only one in the world, like special cards and such. They're extremely valuable, but the purpose is a bit different. I've excluded those cards. Also, it's not like I'm including every single Pokémon card. If there are still cards out there that could make it into the high rankings, let me know. If you could let me know in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. For now, consider this a provisional version, so please leave your comments. If I get more feedback, I'll update it again at the end of the year or in December. I might be tight on time, but I'll try to finish the latest version with everyone's most accurate opinions.
I also think it would be nice if I could make a ranking or something like that.
Alright, so there's no point in dragging out the introduction, so let's get right to it. I'd like to start with the top 20 rankings. Number 20 is Lillie from the Extra Battle Day promo. The current market price is 250,000 yen, as I mentioned in a previous video on the Pokémon card bubble. It's because of the character's popularity. Since she's a popular character, she's still doing really well. The other day, it was officially announced that Extra Battle Day will be coming back. But I think there are probably a lot of people who are worried that this announcement might cause prices to drop. But personally, I honestly don't think the prices will drop that much. The reason for that is, remember during the Lizardon competition, the competition cards were distributed to people at home too, right? And the price of Lizardon dropped.
I thought that would happen too. And probably everyone else did as well.
In the end, the price only fell slightly for the first few days. That's how it felt. But now, prices are truly soaring. It's a similar situation. I think the same thing might happen with Rarities. In the end, with Lizard too, it was the shops strengthening their buyback offers that triggered things, like on flea market apps. But I feel like the prices just got raised overall. However, I think things will change mainly depending on the shop's buyback policies. Furthermore, if the extra battle promos are renewed, I think the prices will go up even more. Everyone, I really think you should keep an eye on this. So, in 20th place was the promo from Lillie Extra Battle Day. Lizardon Delta Star is in 19th place and costs 300,000 yen. This is the famous shiny Lizardon. Its price has been rising during this Pokémon card bubble. There are 4 main points to note. That's what I think. Lizardon, Pikachu, and promo cards. And then, the shiny versions. I think prices are rising even more when you add all these factors together. This time, it's like Lizardon X shiny version. Oh, I forgot to mention that. Basically, this ranking is for complete items, unopened ones, and sealed ones. If there's a power edition, I'll base my discussion on it. I think the alternate color cards that will be released soon will get even more attention. I'm looking forward to even more price increases in the future. Alright. So that's it. In 19th place is Lizardon Baruta Star, and in 18th place is Reku the Star. The price is 400,000 yen. 2 shiny cards ranked consecutively, causing their prices to soar. The league has close ties with the Dawn, Delta, and Star. But when it comes to Star, Rekuza seems to have a higher price. Earlier, I mentioned Lizardon and Pikachu as factors for the price increase. After that, it's Rekuza, and especially the Eevee evolutions. I think Umbreon and Espeon will get popular. This card is rare, right? It's tough to find one in mint condition, so mint versions cost much more, and their value keeps rising. Personally, I still think Lizardon will end up increasing in value the most. Yeah. That's what I think, so I predict that Lizard and Delta Star will eventually surpass it. Alright, so in 18th place is Rayquaza Star. 17th place is Lizard and Crystal type. The market price is 420,000 yen. The Crystal type has entered the ranking. Overall, prices seem to be rising, but Lizardon is still strong. There's no doubt that it's a rare card, but how should I put it? I've also collected Pokémon cards and noticed shiny versions and Crystal types. Somehow, you can group them together. You know, like trying to complete a set of cards. Let me put it this way. I get this urge, almost a fever, to complete the set. Since you know the total number of cards, you know the goal and can keep going, thinking, just a few more. I'm also nearly done with my set of different colors.
Exactly. Seeing the goal motivates you to keep trying.
I think that's also one of the reasons why the prices are going up. And, you know, people with money, more collectors are joining, reflecting the current Pokémon card market. I've introduced this card in a previous video, so if you want to know more details, please check it out. So, in 17th place is Lizardon Crystal Type. In 16th place, it's Sakaki's Plan and Rocket Gang's Arrival. The market price for each is 430,000 yen. As for this card, it's the one that got me started collecting.
About a year and a half ago, I got these two cards. The Rocket set is just so cool, you know?
Yeah, it's like there's this bag or something. But it was selling for about 100,000 yen. But even back then, I thought 100,000 yen was way too expensive, so I didn't buy it. But now I kind of regret it. If you bought the set, it was 1,000,000 yen. The market price has gone up recently, so I really wish I had bought it. I'm really regretting it now. After I started collecting cards, this is the one thing I wish I had bought the most. It might be a card. If I had started collecting Pokéco a little earlier, I could have bought up to the limit at the regular price. But anyway, that's how it is. Number 16 was Sakaki's Plan and Team Rocket's Arrival. Number 15 is Garuri the Dawn. The market price is 450,000 yen. This has become the iconic and main topic card for shiny cards. But this Cura series as a whole has been going up in price, and so have the other cards. Some reach nearly 100,000 yen, but this one stands out at about 400,000 yen. Before the price surge, it was around 150,000 yen. As for this card, there are very few in good condition. It's really hard to find one without flaws, and that's a big reason. Usually, the top right and bottom left corners have a lot of damage. So far, most of the ones I've seen have a lot of damage. People who have money are really strict about wasting time. So I think a lot of them would rather just buy something even if it's a bit more expensive, instead of spending time looking for a better deal. Cards in good condition and rare may indicate rising prices. Number 15 was Shining Lizardon. Number 14 is the Graded Umbreon and Espeon. Each sells for about 500,000 yen. VS series cards are now ranked. You couldn't get this card unless you saved up points from the Pokémon fan club, and you needed quite a lot of points. Because the requirements were high, it was also very difficult to obtain. That's right. But the fact that it's from the VS series is also a big point, especially after Umbreon. Espeon is extremely popular, since the prices of other cards featuring these two have also been rising. I think we should really keep an eye on them. These are called gray Pokémon, and the finish is really sparkly. The illustrations are close up and a bit on the darker side, giving this series a cool and stylish vibe. I don't have them yet either, but I want to collect this series in the future. So, in 14th place we have Baraki and Eevee Grade. In 13th place is Lizardon VMAX Hyper Rare. The market price is 55 cards. It's a card that's still fresh in our memories. Or rather, it's a very recent card. However, in this ranking, it's actually the newest card. There's really nothing special to say about this, but if I had to say something, it's been expensive from the start. Yes, it was expensive from the start because it was released during the bubble period, and likely priced with that in mind. I actually won too, and I was supposed to get it, but due to some kind of mistake, it never arrived at my house. I checked the mailbox every day, but in the end, it just never came.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get it.
Someday, if I can win it in an Arepa, I think that would be nice. Since this card only brings painful memories, let's end it here. Number 12 is Thunder, Fire, Freezer, Tropical, and Negative Battle Prom. Each of them is worth about 650,000 yen. Actually, these are telephone cards. A long time ago, there was something called the Tropical Negative Battle. If you kept winning, you could get these. It seems to be a card. Yes, and this card wasn't hyped up later on. It was expensive from the start. Something like that. Many other expensive items exist in the Pokemon card design series. Personally, I want to line up 3 of them. So if I simply try to buy them all, it would cost about 2 million yen. That's the difficult part. Okay, so number 12 was the Summit phone card. Number 11 is Art Academy Prom. Yes, there are different types, but the average market price is 680,000 yen. This card comes from a contest like the Pokemon Card Art Academy, where people submit illustrations. You can only get this card by winning a prize, and little is known about it. There are several types, and apparently only 100 of each exist. You rarely see them. But they're either set at an insanely high price, or they sell out instantly, you know? It seems like there are a lot of suspicious listings. You know those shady listings, right? Like on flea market apps and such. Alright, so that's that. 11th place was Art Academy Prom. 10th place is Shining Love King Prom version. The price is 850,000 yen. Here again, a different color card is lining up as the queen. This card is a point card from the Pokémon fan club. You could get it by exchanging points. But the same color, that shiny love. The king comes from a pack, and the design is exactly the same. But the finish on the promo one is more luxurious, and it feels really high-end. And about 3 months ago, it was around 400,000 yen. I was really aiming for it. But I thought maybe I could wait a bit longer, so I didn't buy it.
But then the price shot up to 450,000 yen.
Yeah, I really had the chance to buy it, you know. I should have just clicked to buy it back then, but I hesitated. So, number 10 is the Shining Koi King promo. 9th place is hotly contested. The Mewtwo GX Hyper Rare priced at 900,000 yen. This is also a relatively new card. Yes, it was initially discontinued and could be traded for about 200,000 yen, but now the price has gone up to 700,000 yen. It's one of those cards that's been hyped up a lot. Yeah, well, everyone knows this card, so there's not much more to say about it. The promo cards from the competition are all going up in price, so if you want to collect them, I think it's better to decide and act quickly. I think the cards from the competition are in just the right price range and have just the right distribution numbers to be good for investment purposes. However, I think there's a pretty good chance that their value could drop if the bubble bursts. I think there might be some risky aspects to it as well. 9th place was the highly contested Mewtwo GX Hyper Rare. In 8th place, it's Espion Star. The market price is 950,000 yen. Another shiny card has entered the ranking. This card, like the one in the previous ranking, was obtained through a point exchange at Otsuki Club. This card and another one that will appear later are even more expensive. Brachy Star is a card that has all three. It's a promo, it's a shiny, and it's a popular Pokémon, so there's no reason for it not to be expensive. I don't know, but isn't Shiny Ethan just great? It changes from purple to yellow-green, or more light green, so it really gives off that shiny vibe. I really want it too. However, with cards like these, even if you want them, it's really tough because you just can't find them. So, in 8th place was Aoife Star. In 7th place, it's Sachiko EX. The market price is 1.2 million yen, marking our achievement of the 1 million yen milestone. When I first saw this card at a store, it was around 300,000 yen. The price has gone up by 700,000 yen. It's said that only about 1,000 of these were issued. So, I once found a professional sports authenticator, 10 graded one being sold for about 700,000 yen. I was considering using my savings to just buy it. There was a time when I really wanted Sachiko, but I hesitated, and when I finally made up my mind and went 2 days later, it was already sold out.
So that's how it is.
Number 7 was Sachiko EX, and number 6 is Brachy Star. The market price is 2.1 million yen. Brachy is even harder to get than number 8 Eify. Yes, it's the clear top shiny Pokemon card. The main issue is it's simply not available on the market. Plus, there are still some unopened ones out there, so the next time you see this card might really be who knows when. It's getting to that level. This Daisuke Club has 5 types of V-Star. Besides Blackie and Eify, there are also Booster, Thunders, and Showers. However, their prices have all gone up. If you want them, I think it's better to get them as soon as possible. I absolutely plan to get them and make a video about it, so please support me, everyone. So, 6th place was Blackie Star. 5th place is the Garuna Parent-Child Tournament prize card. The market price is 2.3 million yen. This card was previously featured and discussed on Anything Appraisal Talk. In the old card era, parents and children had to participate together. And on top of that, you had to win a prize to get it. So the difficulty level to win this card was insanely high. However, I feel like this card is actually more common in circulation than you might think. But it's still so expensive! I can't believe someone got it! But I don't think anyone expected it to reach this kind of price, right? So I really think it's a must to carefully store any card you have. So with that being said, Number 5 was the Garura Parent-Child Tournament prize card. Number 4 is the Koro Koro Snap Contest promo. The market price is 2.5 million yen. This card was taken with Pokémon Snap on the Nintendo 64. This card was given to prize winners who submitted a photo. There are several types, like in an illustration contest, but each one is about this price, I think.
Since very few are in circulation, I think they usually trade at high prices.
If I talk about this too much, it'll totally give away my generation, but I used to play it a lot. I played it like crazy and bought tons of snacks. Was it Lawson? Or maybe Family Mart? Anyway, I remember being driven there, getting the photos, and developing them all the time. I was totally hooked. I think there are a lot of these cards that I've never seen before at flea markets or auctions. I wonder what kind of people have them. I searched and checked the transactions, and even before the price surge, it was around 1 million yen. So that's an incredible increase of 1.8 million yen. Someday, I think I'd like to get at least one of them. Do I want one at a time? There's a new Pokémon Snap coming out on Switch. Maybe Pokémon Snap 2, something like that. Something similar. I really hope they'll hold an event. I'm definitely thinking of buying it and playing. So if I do a game stream or something, please come and join me. Number 4 was the promo from the Koro Koro Snap Contest. Number 3 is the Zekrom GX Hyper Rare from the competition. The market price is 2.6 million yen. About a year ago, you could usually find this card for around 400,000 yen on flea market apps or in stores. It has gone up by 2.2 million yen. It's kind of unreal, isn't it? It's just too unreal, right? Yes, it's really been affected by the price surge. Even card shops are offering extremely high buyback prices now. They're being really aggressive with their offers. I think it's probably because people who are investing are just waiting for the right timing and holding on to them. Alright, so in third place was the Zekrom GX Hyper Rare from the Battle Competition. Second place is the Royal Mask Super Rare from the Battle Competition. The market price is 3 million yen. Yes, Zekrom ranked consecutively in the Battle Competition. This is from the very first Battle Competition. Since it's a card from that event, it's an extremely rare card. Just about a year ago, it was being sold for around 500,000 yen. Surprisingly, the price increased by 2.5 million yen. It's incredible, isn't it? I don't even play cards now. I think most people can't really appreciate it, but yes, just like Zekrom Hyper Rare, only 100 of these were issued. So it's become extremely hard to find. I occasionally see them on flea market apps or Yahoo auctions, so if you have the money, you can buy one. I don't think the card is that hard to get. It's not really about character popularity, but something else.
I think it's probably because of its rarity.
And since the battles after this Royal Mask are for Pokemon HR, if that continues, this being the only trainer's card will make it even more rare. Maybe. I think that's probably the case. Alright, so in second place it was SR, and in first place is the Pokemon Card Game 20th Anniversary Pure Gold Pikachu card. The market price is an astonishing 3.6 million yen. As for this card, the Pikachu promo itself is basically made of metal, so it's already in a whole different league of high value. The original sale price was 220,000 yen. That's how it was. There actually weren't that many people who tried to buy it at the time. Those who hesitated and gave up probably regret it so much they could die. I think it probably turned into a big regret for them. When I first started buying Pokemon cards, a year after launch, they cost about 600,000 yen. I really wanted it and agonized over it, but 600,000 yen was just too much, so I gave up. I don't think I'll ever get my hands on this card, but even just seeing it in front of me would be enough. I just want to admire it up close. That's how I feel. As for this card, I don't think the price will ever go down. Someone who has money, a famous YouTuber, you know. It feels like people who don't need to buy or sell, like those who already own it, will just keep holding on to it. So I think the price will gradually keep going up from now on.
Alright. So that's how it shines.
First place goes to the Pokémon card game 20th Anniversary Pikachu Pure Gold card. Alright, so I introduced everything in a ranking format.
But everyone, what did you think?
So, yeah, there were 2 cards I left out this time, and the first one is the Pokémon Illustrator card. The price is just too high, and with only about 2,500 available, it seemed excessive. Plus, they're not often traded in Japan. I wondered what would happen if I included it in the ranking, so I left it out. And the second card is the old Machamp and Charizard. Yes, I believe it's a well-known error card, but it's also hard to find one in mint condition, right? Even searching online, you can't really find them, so it's tough to know the right price. I thought I might not be able to give you an answer, so I decided to leave these 2 cards out this time. So, that's how it is. Pokémon cards have really become a huge bubble now.
For those who collect them, I think it's become quite a tough situation.
But the current prices are clearly being driven up by a lot of people getting into Pokémon cards for investment purposes. Even if you want a card, timing your purchase is still important. You really have to make that decision for yourself, because if you get caught up in the wrong trends, you might end up buying at a much higher price for no reason. We should all be careful about that, myself included. I often see things like this on Twitter. I often see tweets like, "I bought a lot because it was cheap," but I think there will come a time when everyone decides to sell all at once. When that happens, I think the price will eventually settle down. I think there are also times when you want something just because everyone else is buying it. But I also think it's totally fine to just wait until that time comes. Alright, so with that, I'd like to wrap up the video here. Like I mentioned earlier, as we head toward the end of the year, there will be new things coming. If I get comments from everyone about things like the advanced rankings, I'll make an updated, more finalized version as well. I hope I can make that happen. So please be sure to subscribe to the channel.
I hope you'll wait for it too.
Alright, so thank you all so much for watching until the end today.
This was Rinko.
See you again. Bye.